Chapter 4. Does our culture support the use of lean tools? Where do we need to change our work culture? The success of most improvement efforts, including those of a lean nature, depend on your ability to build lean concepts and tool use into your daily work culture. All organizations have a work culture, a set of daily, weekly, monthly, and annual performance norms in place already. That culture was created when the first employee was hired. It has been shaped by additional hires and by employee changes in significant organizational events since that point in time. Management systems play a key role in shaping an organizational culture as well, since they determine how time is spent, how leaders behave, which performance goals are emphasized, and how people are recognized for the work they do each day. What types of work performance does your existing work culture support? What do your people consider to be important? What factors have helped them form such opinions? Corporations, sites, and work teams each have their own unique cultures as well. In a company where work system alignment is strong across locations or across work teams within a location, you will find a lot of cultural consistency. It is more often the case, however, that each site in an organization tends to have a culture that is pretty unique, and even the work team cultures within that site tend to vary quite a bit. In order to sustain a lean improvement effort over time, system changes must occur to help gain more cultural consistency within and across facilities. This is not that hard to do from a systems design perspective. Shifting the behaviors themselves, however, can be quite challenging unless a high majority of the company's leaders are willing to personally support the changes that are needed. What every organization has. What is culture? How is it created? In short, a culture is a collection of beliefs. The two bullets shown on the visual here, as a response to this question, come from Webster's dictionary. And while they're accurate, they're not that easy to put into perspective. What is culture? The act of developing by education and training. A stage of development in civilization. The second set of bullets should provide you with a definition of culture that is both easier to understand yourself and to explain to others. What is culture really? A collection of individual perceptions. Something identified and reinforced by behaviors. Because the people in your workplace tend to come from the same geographic area, at least currently, the prevailing social culture in the area does tend to exert a pretty significant influence over your work culture. At the same time, the prevailing social culture will also challenge your lean improvement efforts, because a social culture does not really focus on systems change, continuous improvement, or eliminating waste-free actions as a way of living our lives. Cultures develop over time. They are reinforced by behaviors we observe, require of others, and exhibit ourselves. In most cases, a significant emotional event is required to shift a culture, and even then, the effect is often not strong enough to undo years of socially reinforced behaviors and beliefs. For example, the 9/11 tragedy resulted in a variety of significant system changes. How have people significantly changed how they live their lives each day since that time? A lot depends on your connection to the event itself. People who live in downtown New York City altered many aspects of their life. Business travelers, to a much lesser degree, had to alter their personal behaviors when it came to airline travel. Losing a key customer, experiencing a significant layoff, or closing a location can impact a work culture in a similar manner. The culture loop. You've already heard me say multiple times that systems shape culture. Actually, it's a reinforcing loop. Systems drive behaviors. Behaviors shape beliefs. Beliefs form into culture. And then the culture affects system design and execution once again. At what rate is your lean culture gaining or losing momentum? Our tendency in business today is to accept our existing ways of doing business as the norm. As time pressures keep us in our own organizational worlds more and more, we quickly lose sight of what other companies are doing. As we get caught up in the day-to-day crisis of doing business, we take our work cultures for granted more and more. While our work systems continue to cycle from day to day, we pay little attention to the behaviors that these work systems are reinforcing as they are executed over and over. As we reinforce our desired workplace behaviors, they become habits and shape our beliefs about how work is done. Meetings always take an hour. Having people problems and equipment downtime are part of doing business. And you can never keep all of the customers happy become beliefs that we readily accept. From a systems thinking perspective, the culture is a reinforcing loop. As such, it is spinning in either a positive or a negative direction. In other words, as we go through our 24-hour life cycles each day, we are either reinforcing high-performance beliefs and behavior within our work systems, or we are reinforcing work practices that will only lead to average levels of performance, what most people do. What direction is your culture loop spinning? Are you designing your work systems with the intent of creating, maintaining, and accelerating a positive performance spin? Or are you simply letting the loop spin without giving much thought to the effect it may be having? If you want the use of even one lean tool to become a habit, you will need to install work system features that encourage the new habit and discourage the old habit.